How did I get in this box?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Live from the Chair with Big Money Exchange. Tonight, our guest is Bovie. You know my host, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Nathan Noss. I'm Anthony Wagner, and the guy next to Bovie, I don't know. I guess I just found him and I felt sorry for him and I made him a co-host. He swears to have all this money, but I think it's just fake monopoly money. Myself, I don't know. He calls himself Big Money Dodge, but all we hear from other people is how small he really is, and he can't land a super kick.
Oh, wow.
That would be legendary, just saying.
So, but Bovie, why don't you tell us about yourself and go from there?
Hi, I'm Bovie. I am top tier. I am wrestling's only undefeated participation champion to this point. I've yet to be defeated for my title. And I have, as you guys have probably heard, a 24/7 title rule, stipulation. So that's pretty cool. I've got some of the most interesting facial hair, I think. Other things you need to know. I've got blue eyes and I'm very, very funny. I'm handsome. My camera is actually front facing, so this is a lie. This is not. Yeah, I see. Looks like I'm right now. I'm pointing to my to my right. I'm actually pointing to my left. Yeah. What else about me? No, honestly, that's good enough. I think I'll let you guys ask me stuff. I think I just gave a lot of information right there.
Well, that was our interview. Have a good night.
All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Well, let's just dig right into this. How long have you known this sorry son of a bitch beside you?
The guy on my to my fake right. Yeah. Steve, we've known each other for 2.5 years.
About 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, I think I met you towards the end of brother. I think I met you at the beginning of 2021 or the end of 2020. Like right about the time. So. I think I met you right as I was debuting.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's about right. We'll say about 3 years because no one can prove otherwise.
Okay, so then Big Money, why haven't you defeated him for his participation championship?
Because it never was on the line.
Are you scared?
To be honest, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I really am. I'm not saying I won't challenge him, but he'll have to come fly to Washington because I am not flying back to that crummy town of Orange County.
I see. Right. That makes me think you're gonna do it. Come on, Big Money. You think you want to fall for that? That's the oldest trick in the book. Like I'm gonna open up my closet door and boom, Big Money's gonna be like hanging from a hanger, just like that's you. I see you. You're not a coat, you liar. You're not tricking me today.
I hope you sleep well tonight, then.
Yeah. There's a Steve Dodge under my bed. You know?
All right, Nate, you want to kick us off?
Well, I have a follow-up to that. The why you haven't challenged him. You claim you're the food stamp version of the $1 Million Man, so why don't you just pay somebody to take the title for you?
Well,
I have a guy named Boom Shasta.
Oh, I know Boom. I know
Boom
very, very well.
Boom, though. I'm sure
I might have to talk to him.
You send Boom my way. I would love to do business with Boom. Me and him also go way back.
Yeah.
No.
But Nathan, before you ask your question, Nathan, why don't we have title versus title there, Big Money?
Ooh.
Hey, why don't we have title versus title, Big Money? That's a great. Hey, what a great first question. Good job. This is the best interview in the world. Thank you. Great interview.
Yeah, why don't you put that Big Money title on the line there, Big Money?
Big Money, how about you put that title on the line?
Chicken?
For your title.
Yeah, title for title.
You book it.
Wait,
I'll make my way down there.
All right, you know what? We'll be in talks about this. I guarantee it.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Half of us have really cool headphones and microphones. The other half of us don't. So what's going on with that? Did I miss the memo? Did we both miss the memo?
I don't know, but okay. So Nathan, you want to start us off with the question?
Well,
yeah,
I'm going to
so
ask
who were
all the
your?
questions today. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
And this is Bovie for you.
Hey, it's like I
So-
said. Go
Who
ahead,
were
Nate.
your wrestling heroes growing up?
My wrestling heroes growing up?
Go ahead
Yeah,
and
that's
mention
an
me.
easy
It's
one.
fine, Bovie.
That's an easy one. My favorite wrestler of all time, my hero is Mick Foley. Easy. The first book I ever actually bothered to read was "Have a Nice Day." And that's
Hell
that's
of
a
a book.
right there.
Mhm.
I'm older than I look, and so I was in junior high, I think, when that book came out. And yeah, that's the first book I ever actually bothered with. They could give you books for school. I was like, this is boring, and so I did not do that. Instead, Mick Foley. And then my other heroes were Chris Jericho, because the constant reinventions of himself, and that was really fun for me. And then the big one, the one that you're not as supposed to say, is Chris Benoit. I actually had a toothbrush cup of Chris Benoit all the way into my teenage years, and yeah. But
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit jealous about that.
I gave it away. I gave it away to Jen Savani actually very recently, because she collects cool things like pieces of history like that, because she's training to be a mortician as her side job, and that's
Wow.
real. Because Jen is
Wow.
crazy, so I made sure
Yeah.
to just pass it along. There's like, who would appreciate this gift? And then I found out that was also one of her heroes growing up too. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You can have this then. But those were my guys. And then for people, I also had like my favorite manager of all time. I think doesn't get enough love. Let's see here. Big Money Dodge. That's it. Yeah, growing up, he somehow.
Oh, I remember when you were like this small,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was 3/4 of an inch tall. It was amazing. I was a Lilliputian.
Great memories.
We tied a giant man to this beach. Yeah, that's what we did. We said, Gulliver, you're not getting away from us. Oh, I outed myself. I did read books. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie.
Now he's really old now.
Gosh. I wouldn't trust a thing I say now. Unless it's an answer to your question, then trust me.
All right. Well, no. Okay, so no money dodge. Your turn. Oh, I mean big money. I'm sorry, big money dodge.
Really quick,
Swear
has
to God,
anybody
I might
ever
have to-
figured out why Dodge drinks all those soda cans or sodas on the podcast?
Are you
Because
sure
not
they're
gonna-
sodas?
It's not because it's diet soda. He needs all the cans so he can trade them in later to get the money to get down to Orange County so he can try to take the championship.
you know what? Let's meet in the middle. We're not going to call him no money dodge. We're going to call him mid money dodge. Boom. See, look, that's called a compromise.
See
You're
the
welcome.
support I get from Bovie.
Yeah, mid money dodge. Mid money. See,
Oh. So my question to you, good sir,
yes.
your scariest injury of your career.
The scariest injury of my career. Okay, wrestling injuries are very, very strange because everyone gets hurt at least once doing something really simple. I don't know what happened. I took just the silliest bump ever, and my neck felt kind of tight. And when I woke up, I had vertigo for 6 weeks. I kept, and then nobody knows this, but I wrestled for several weeks, for about 6 weeks. I did all my matches with Vertigo, and I thought I was gonna have to quit because like
Wow.
I've had 2 teeth broken. My knee makes a funny sound now. Like I'll never walk normal again. I've only been doing this for like 3 years, and let me just say right now, I'm a bad example of someone who's been seriously hurt. Everyone I know in wrestling has had more injuries than me, and I cannot walk normal. So I'm not trying to sound tough. I promise you, everyone else is hurt worse than me. I've been very lucky. Let's knock on some wood. Mid money, knock on some wood, please. I know you got wood around you. Thank you.
Oh, right here too. Hold on.
Oh yeah. And I guess the only other time was I was coming off the top rope, trying to learn to do a nice flippy spot, trying to do some lucha. I love lucha, and I went straight up, and then landed straight down, and I didn't turn over, so I landed head first onto the mat off the top rope. And I'm sure it made like the Mario sound effect, like book, and then I woke up like 30 seconds later, and yeah, my neck has always felt bad since then, and that was in 2021. Because your neck just don't do that. I don't know if you know this, but your neck hates when you land on it. It's the dumbest thing. Necks are so fickle. But yeah, those are my 2 worst, scariest injuries, I think. See, nothing bad.
Nothing bad.
Like
Typical.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna ask a question that Big Money, Dodge, and you have got this person in common. So, has Legendaro learned a super kick?
I have wrestled Legendaro, and Legendaro can super kick. Legendaro can do just about anything. I think probably Legendaro is humble, and if you asked him, then his super kick is trash. But I know that's not true. I'm gonna put him over as a good dude. And yeah, he's not Rob Van Dam or anything like that. You're not gonna see him like do like a 5-star kick or anything like that. And I'm not talking crap. I'm just saying. But mostly what he does a lot more interesting, like Mighty Morphin Lucha is how I'm gonna
Yes.
He's more than that than strong style. So you're not gonna see a lot of supers. I think I answered that well. Very political of me. Good job.
I think you answered that politically correct.
Okay, but I got a story.
I can still be elected after this interview.
Okay,
good job,
so Dodge, would you like to rebuttal?
Yes. Okay. Dream Slam. Dream Slam.
Okay.
So, Dream Slam, we faced Legendaro and the Brian Kendrick at Big Money Inc. debut. And, well, Legendaro came out. I was outside the ring, of course, being a nice, caring manager.
Yeah.
He comes up and super kicks me about 3 feet away from my face, expecting me to sell it. So I sold, but not as I got kicked. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I fell down. I got scared because I almost got kicked, and he slapped his leg, and he was upset that I didn't sell. And I'm like, well, I was trained not to sell air.
Big Money, you're killing the business right now. What are you doing giving away secrets like that? How could you?
They pay me to do this.
Are you the Young Bucks?
Well, kind of.
Yeah. Big Bucks Dodge, am I right, guys? Killing the business. No, I'm kidding.
One enemy at the time.
Yeah, I love them. I'm not talking smack. I've met them. They're very, very sweet.
Yeah.
But that's gonna happen. What can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, no one throws a worse super kick than me. I will go down in history for nothing. No, they're not gonna remember me. But this conversation you can write down. I'm bad at super kick.
I'm writing it down now.
Yeah. 10 years from now, they're gonna say, Bovie, oh, isn't he that who?
Remember him?
It's like that one guy
Remember?
from that one podcast.
Yeah, I do believe you said a name. I don't know what it was though. He sounds handsome.
He really is. He has a nice beard, and
Thank you. See, there's the
All right.
brains.
I'm jealous
again.
of it. I'm jealous of it.
All right, so Wrestling Encyclopedia, why don't you encyclopedia our guest and show him how much you've researched him?
All right. Can you tell us about your match at Santino's Brothers against Hellman Rosecraft?
Rosecrown.
Hellman
Oh, sorry,
Rosecroft.
Rosecroft.
That's all right. I absolutely can tell you about that match. Hellman and I go way back. When I first started training was at Santino Brothers. Hellman beat me there by a few months, I think. And then right before he was ready to really start getting himself started, the pandemic started. And so he had to be in lockdown. And so it was like it was an awesome treat when we eventually got to work with each other, because like there's like a little I'm gonna let you guys on the inside. Not very many people know this. When the pandemic first started, myself and 4 other people from our training class from Santino's, we became friends. Actually built a ring by ordering pieces from the East Coast, and we trained on our own watching videos and stuff. So we kept it going. We actually stayed up, and Hellman's one of the people who eventually came out to work with us. He bought a bunch of gear. He was ready to go. So when I tell you, when Santino Brothers came calling, they said, hey, do you guys want to face each other? We're both like, hell yeah, what? And I feel like I kind of barely pulled it out. I feel like if me and Hellman went again, it could go the other way. To be completely honest, because that boy is very, very knowledgeable, and he's got so much heart. Like Hellman does not know what he is at all. I got the W, but I'm not gonna bury Hellman at all. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm tell you, I pulled it off. Is what happened, and I'm proud of it.
So,
well, I'll tell you the spot that got me rolling, literally and figuratively, because you actually rolled in the spot, was when you did the body scissors and you guys kind of rolled around the ring, the majority of it, and then you got up and both of you looked at the referee and went, "Okay, I'm dizzy." Somebody hold.
I was dizzy. We did. That move is called the Infinity Roll. I call it the Bovie go around, and yeah, I get dizzy too. They're not expecting to get very dizzy, and I am. So that's why I have the upper hand. I trick them, and so he didn't know today he was going to have to fight equilibrium and stuff. So, it is what it is, and I really, yeah. So I didn't let the ref know. We're both dizzy. So if this match doesn't continue, it's because the outside is spinning. And, that match was on the 4th of July, I think, right? Or
yep, 4th of July.
Yep, because I remember there was a fireworks show right after. Literally, as we were leaving the show, the park right behind us started like exploding. And so I was like, oh, well, I guess we're just not going to pick up this ring. We just leave it here, I guess. I'm watching the fireworks. I'm not missing fireworks. Come on.
The ring will still be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll still be there. So we just got out very late, but it was worth it. Yeah, that was quite a day. And good research.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time since I've been asked about that. So cool. That is an obscure match out of nowhere. Thank you.
So if I understood you right, you said you bought pieces of a ring from back east and you trained via online? Yeah,
we bought a 10 by 10 ring, so you cannot mess up a spot. If you mess up a spot, you're gonna end up in the ropes. And then we continued to do the spots they had showed us how to do, and then we would invite people who were already wrestlers, who were already workers, to show us what to do. And then we would go. Santino Brothers has an online training YouTube. where once you learn how to do a move, if you need a refresher, do not try to just watch the videos and do the things. Oh my gosh, that is how so many injuries happen. If you've been trained to do it and you need a refresher, which is what we did, we used it as a refresher course, and we're constantly getting people, we were getting ourselves tested, we were wearing masks, we did all the things, and then we just kept our training going until we found a school that was open. And so yeah, that's something not a lot of people we had the ability to do. We were all very, very lucky that so many of us kept so close. Because most people were just like, can't train for a few months, and I had just started my wrestling journey. I didn't want to do that, so I went the hard way.
Yeah.
Go ahead, no money. I mean, mid money. I mean, big money.
Thank you. So
It's big bucks now. Remember that.
Big
We're
bucks.
on big bucks. Big bucks.
Big bucks.
Forget the young
Playing
bucks.
pressure
Big bucks.
Yeah.
So your top 5 indie wrestlers as of now. Currently.
Oh man, that's not fair, because there is just.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That is. All right. Just for different reasons. And you know what? They're not in any particular order. Here are 5 people that everyone wants to work with, and in no particular order. There. Once again, that's how I'm being good to myself. Mike Bailey is easy. Everyone wants to work Mike Bailey. If you go to any locker room, no one's just like, I wouldn't work Mike Bailey. That match would be boring. Nobody is saying that. Kid Bandit. That's someone, once again, everyone's like, yeah. No one's like, nah, I wouldn't work with them. That's not happening. Who else in the indies right now? And I'm trying to think of indies who aren't signed to a major big company, because AEW's got a lot of guys in the indies right now, but I don't want to count them, because that doesn't even seem like. I mean, Bailey is an Impact, but he's not a regular on AEW or WWE yet.
Right.
Impact is on his way up, though. Impact is
he should be up there already.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. I'm gonna throw in. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna throw in Wicked.
Yes.
Because Wicked. Sorry, I said that backwards. Criminally underrated.
Yep.
Let's see here. I love working around Sandra Moon is amazing. I think her matches are endlessly entertaining. Yeah. And this is so hard, because like I know so many people, and also I've seen so many things. I'm trying to think of people who are also underrated, except for Mike Bailey. Vito. Vito at one point had like 16 of the titles in Southern California / Mexico. Yeah, that's another person who is criminally underrated. Like Vito's match with Lince Dorado a few weeks ago was just ridiculous. I love that match. They just beat the hell out of each other. Vito actually one time powerbombed me, and I was trying to talk smack during the powerbomb, and that's how I broke one of my teeth. So if someone's powerbombing you, shut up. That's the lesson.
That's a life lesson.
Yes. Remember that, kids. And there's plenty more. Brian Keith, I love. Sonico. See, that's the problem. Andrew the Giant.
So many.
Yeah, the top 5 is impossible. Like right now we're living in a beautiful time. I feel like the territories are back because of the indies, and because of social media, everyone can see each other again. So like there really is SoCal wrestling. There's Vegas wrestling. I love Vegas wrestling. I go there as often as I can. There's the Arizona wrestling. We have like dudes like R3 has been like training some of like the best wrestlers in the entire this entire area. You know what I mean? Washington's got its own section of wrestling. The East Coast, New Jersey and Florida, forget about it. Like, and then there's all of the Midwest, all those farm boys, so yeah, I feel like the territories are back. So now it's kind of like 10 years ago, it'd been much easier to ask who's your 5 top indie wrestlers. Now it's like, how do you do that?
Right.
5 that I like.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm shocked you didn't put Nasty. What happened there?
You see, the thing is that Nasty, I considered my number 1 wrestler, period. Nasty I've worked with, he's my best friend. See, that's the thing is like, with Nasty, I don't really consider him just like some indie guy. Nasty is like, to me, he's that guy who's just like, he's one guy seeing him from being booked somewhere, in my opinion.
He should. He really should.
I feel the same way about Jin. Jin is like Jin. Like she's doing a lot of work with herself to figure out her what she's trying to accomplish in the ring with her style. And so every time she wrestles, I see her try something she's never done before, and her opponents can't keep up because of it. So like she started from the bottom, now she here. But I fought them both like a billion times already. So I was trying to think of who I would want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to get back at Vito for the tooth thing. But
a friendly fight, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna go angry fight Vito Fratelli. All right.
Forget about it.
It's not worth it. Like, oh, cool. Now I look different because of him hitting me in the face. It's not worth it.
All right, Encyclopedia, knock him with some more knowledge.
I'm ready.
So, did you ever find your perfect match? Because you did a segment at what was like a Pride show for a perfect match thing where they had you come out and do like a dating like game type thing.
And they matched me with my former tag team partner, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, that was just the management at Pride Style just having some fun with me because they thought it would be funny to poke at me. You see, Jen and I used to be peas and carrots. We were a tag team called Vibrance, and we're close now. Vibrance is we're still close. The 3 of us together, me, Jen, and Chris, were a faction known as Better Off Dead. And Better Off Dead got started when we all got together. The name comes from, I'll back it up a little bit. The name Better Off Dead comes from the fact that when we were getting started in the indies, we were kind of told that we needed to stay put where we were at, and that no one would kind of accept what we wanted to do, what our ideas were, and things like that. And so we were tethered to a lifeline to our local wrestling, and we had to bet on ourselves and cut the lifeline. And we realized that once we were out in the world, we were better off dead. And so that's how that name kind of became a thing. And we had some disagreements, but the crowd and management didn't really like me still. When we debuted, we put a child, his name is Bodie Young Prodigy. We put him in a trash can. And so people didn't really like us. So they were just messing with us. To be honest, I've been a singles wrestler since. I would be more than happy to team with Jen and Chris again. I've teamed with Chris once in Valley Wrestling Connection, and I think we are supposed to work together again because we pulled off a squeaker against the Wrestle Buddies, who we all know are not a team to beat. Those 2 are incredibly good. And so since we pulled that off, we might be teaming up again. To answer your question in a very roundabout way, not yet. I still haven't found my perfect match, but I am teaming with my friends again.
Nice.
Very nice.
I love these 3, Bovie, Chris Nasty, and Jen. I've seen them at Cholo's training, and then they went on their own. I remember that part, and
Yeah.
I respect you and the other two. Hell of a lot.
Yeah. And we've met a lot of really good people along the way. And to clarify, none of us think we did this on our own. Like the training and advice that we got is the reason why we were able to do any of the things we've done. And I did in no way think of myself as better than any other workers that I know. Things like that. The names just sounded very cool, and it was spiritually accurate. But I don't think that I'm not gonna bury anyone from my past or from my present, and I won't bury anyone in the future. That's really not my game. Like I feel like life's too short to give a shit about any of that. Like I'm just here for a good time. I'm hoping that people have good memories from wrestling because I was in it, not bad memories. That's what I'm hoping for by the time I'm done.
I'll never forget your last memory in the business when Big Money Dodge takes that participation belt.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
So you're saying I've got a long time left, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Well,
I might
heard
never
that Big Money
retire.
Dodge was actually. I heard Big Money Dodge was actually on location. I think he's somewhere in SoCal.
Is
Shush.
that true? Is that a fact?
Shush.
All right. You know what?
Now he thinks he's a bigger
Gotta go.
version of Chad Gable, apparently.
Yep. You know,
Thank you.
Dream Slam is this Friday, and I'm
Yep.
gonna see a lot of your boys there. If one of them attacked me, I'm gonna know it was you.
I know nothing.
Fair enough. All right.
Well, we all know that,
I
Doc,
don't know
but we're getting you
anybody
through
from
this.
SoCal.
Aren't,
I know nothing.
aren't you the boss, man? You know everything.
Mostly.
Mostly.
I have a VP, and his name is Boom freaking Shasta.
But yeah,
Or
everything,
Boom.
everything
like it.
goes through you, though, boss.
So, you know how Big Money makes his decisions? You guys remember those CNC things where you just pull the handle and it spun around?
Yeah.
If the cow goes moo, then he buys the stuff. If it
Oh.
doesn't,
Actually, I
Then-
use a Magic 8 Ball, but lately it hasn't been helping. Says,
Oh.
you don't need this.
I don't think that's true. I think you need as much money as you can get. Keep giving him more money. That's my rule. Number one rule: give him more money.
I like this guy. This
Thank
is
you.
why I brought him to the podcast. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. That's why. That's why.
All right, so 50 Cent Dodge. Do you have a question?
he said no.
Yes. I
So
already
that-
asked him a question. Why isn't it your turn? Are
Okay,
you not
because
it is your
anti?
turn.
Are you anti-question?
Because 50 Cent Dodge, that question should be brought to you by Miss Tonette, who's actually worth more than 50 cents.
That is true.
Okay, maybe 75 cents. But anyways, Mr. Bovie, I'm gonna ask you another hard-hitting question.
Cool.
This could
Besides
take him
me
a
being
while.
your favorite manager, favorite 5 managers of all time.
All right. I guess I can do that. Let me think here.
This is
Jimmy
how he
Hart.
thinks.
Yeah, that's how I think. Jimmy Hart, for sure.
Good.
Bill Alfonso. I
Just
love
remember
Bill.
that.
Yeah, good man. See here. You know what? I haven't even really thought. This one's gonna be difficult because no matter who I answer tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, damn it, I forgot.
I'll probably get the text.
Yeah, like Miss Elizabeth, I can count her as a manager. She was a valet, but I'm gonna count her as a manager because she was badass. Let's see here. Let's see here. Heenan was a fucking the brain. Love him. And oh, sorry, I just started my swearing because you made me think. because
You're
thinking's hard.
welcome.
That's like some people have trouble doing lifting heavy things. I have trouble thinking. And, was that even 5?
That's good enough.
That's good
Yeah,
enough.
that's fun.
That's
Yeah.
good enough.
We don't want
then-
you to have a migraine thinking about it.
Mr. Fuji, thank you.
There you
That's
go.
5.
There it is.
And Nathan,
I
I
don't
know
wanna-
you have a story about Bill Alfonso, but because I've skipped myself twice and because I've let Mr. 50 Cent Dodge ask 2 questions, I'm just going to
F you,
ask
Nate.
one.
No, I can
Yeah.
tell the story when you're done.
Yeah, I'll let you tell the story when. But my question is a 2-part question. What is your
God.
pre-match and your post-match routine?
Like that question.
Okay, my pre-match and post-match.
Keep it family friendly, Bovie.
Well, in that case, I don't have a routine. See, before a match, well, this is actually pretty easy. Pre-match ritual, usually I like to have a snack. I believe in carbs. I believe in them heavily. I like to... Okay, most show days, I'll say 90% of show days, I will, at one point or another, wear an ugly, I think it's beautiful, but everyone else thinks it's an ugly orange shirt, a jack-o'-lantern shirt, no matter what time of year it is. It's just become a ritual of mine because I love orange and black so much. It was a gift. But not always. Sometimes I forget, or sometimes it stinks, and I don't want to wear, you don't want to be the guy who stinks in the locker room, so I was wear something else. But usually that's me pre-matches, walking around, listening to music, making jokes, too many jokes, getting on everybody's nerves. After the match, I'm self-congratulating. Like my arm feels light because someone was raising it. I'll drink either a Prime Hydration because if it's good enough for WrestleMania, if it's good enough for the Bovinator. And then I'll drink some. Honestly, my old post-match ritual was drinking whiskey, specifically it's not whiskey, Bullet bourbon or Elijah Craig bourbon guy. That's why I was in a band. What was that band called, Historian? Do you know what it was called?
I do not.
That's
Oh,
okay.
you're fired.
That's okay. We were called Bourbon Missile Crisis. So I drink bourbon after every match if I can. Yeah.
That's a good name.
And that's actually the tattoo I have on my arm. You guys will see it on all my socials. I don't need to take off my clothes right now. You want to keep it PG. It's actually the logo for that band. I was in it a decade ago. But yeah, I will drink just whiskey or / bourbon right out of the bottle. And usually if Jen is there, she'll come help me finish it off because that girl could drink. That girl could drink really good. And then then it's all junk food the rest of the day. Then back to carbs, baby. Gotta make sure I keep my figure.
So
All
my
right.
story about Bel Alfonso is before I did this podcast, I did a podcast with the original Pitbull, Gary Wolf.
Sick.
And one of the guests we had was Bel Alfonso, which I
Cool.
was incredibly excited about. Except for one thing. Nobody told me he'd be bringing the whistle over the phone when I was doing the interview. So like every 2 seconds, he would blow that whistle after every word.
On Bookie.
In an hour interview, I was deaf for like 3 days.
Jeez. You know what though? At least you got a story out of it. I wouldn't expect anything less from Bill Alfonso. One of all my favorite ECW memories, even though there's dope matches from their history, like Rob Van Dam and Bam Bam is one of them. Every single time Psychosis and Rey Mysterio were in the ring, dope. Stuff like that. Eddie Guerrero. Sorry, Ray came back. Ray was not there. That was WCW. But Eddie and Dean Malenko, all those matches. Some of my favorite memories are just Bill Alfonso running around the ring, laps, blowing this soccer whistle. And I was like, you know what? If I ever join the magical world of wrestling, I aspire to be that irritating. And I've had people like throw things at me and spit at me and swear at me and all this other stuff. And yeah, I think I'm still not even close. That man's great.
So I do have another match that I researched today.
All right, excellent.
And that was the critical damage match, the fatal 4-way.
Critical damage.
With you, Chris Nasty, Level Up Noah, and
Just Exciting. His name is Just Exciting. Which is a cool ass name. Sorry, what were you going to ask me about it?
No, I mean, two things actually. What do you remember about the match? And congratulations on catching Justin Sighting as he did the flip over the top rope and didn't quite get all the way away from the apron. And you guys were like, okay, we're going to just guide you down now because we don't want you to hit your head on the apron on the way.
Thank you. I learned lucha basing from the lucha homies. And so I know how to catch people. That's like, if I could say one thing, and now I'm going to jinx it, so I'm dropping the next guy. Sorry, brother. But I don't drop people. Let me tell you something about that. We caught Justix. Rewind a few seconds. Chris Nasty actually jumps out of the ring first. He also did not go as far as we talked about. If you look, the only contact I make with him is my hand touches the back of his head and his leg hits me. Because if that didn't happen, Chris Nasty would have probably died. like I injured my. That's another injury. I actually injured my wrist catching Chris because he did not jump far enough, or I was too far back, or whatever you want to say. We'll say I was too far back because I'm not gonna bury Chris. Chris is too good for that. My dumb ass was too far back. Why not? And I barely caught him. And then so we get up and like I'm like, oh, my arm. They look, the next guy doesn't jump it far enough either. I'm like, damn it. So we all have to go catch him. And then the last guy was Noah. He did his dive. Unfortunately, he did like a house show little tiny dive. And I was like, thank God. Like, you saved the worst for last. Thanks, Noah.
Like, I don't have to catch you as much as I did the other.
Yep. I will. Oh, you're supposed to put your body on the line. Do not drop somebody. You can do a million crappy gimmicks as long as you catch people. And yeah, once again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I wouldn't put myself in the top 100 wrestlers that I know. I know so many people who are such great athletes. I won't drop somebody. I'm not gonna do it. I'll be taken out in an ambulance before I drop somebody.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe people can go back and watch this. But wasn't it Todd Kenley, one of the people that was doing commentary on that?
I think that one was Tommy Purr and RJ Gillette, I think.
Okay, well he sounds similar, so that's why.
Yeah, I believe. I mean, it's hard to remember who does the commentary for what match after a while when we work a lot of places, but I'll always remember RJ because I think RJ is underrated. I love when RJ calls my matches because he makes whatever I do seem really interesting. It's like with JR, it's the same thing. You want someone to put over the match. And I've had it happen where there's two types of commentary. There's the live commentary where the crowd can hear it, and then there's the commentary that you can only hear on video playback. And if I'm ever doing a match where I can hear commentary and they're talking about bullshit, it makes me very upset. I'm like, yes, you can have your color guy, but you have to have the guy calling stuff and putting it over. Because if I hear some guy just like only getting themselves over, it's just like, yeah, well, we got this going on this weekend and stuff. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, shut up about your wife. That dude in the ring just did something that he'll never walk normal if you drop him, you know, like these guys are hurting. shut up and talk about the match or get off the microphone. I can't. I cannot stress that enough. I hate when people don't put over the match. And RJ always put over my matches, put over everything I ever did. So I hope I'm right about it was him there, because I'm gonna be really embarrassed if it wasn't.
All right, I might have been wrong on that too. So
I'm currently looking it up. Yes, it was. Yeah, so thank God. But yeah, I know Tommy Purr was there also. So yeah, that's what about that match. It was a very fun match. Noah pulled it off against Nasty for the finish, where Chris accidentally super kicked me. We were trying to work together, and I betrayed him, and he betrayed me. But that's just how it is. Honestly, heel life. Sometimes if you don't betray your friends, what kind of wrestler are you? You're just trying to win.
I think Big Money's trying to work as a mime because we can't hear him. So
What's going on? Did you break your mic?
You know, with all that big money he has, you figure he'd be able to afford a mic.
I
Nope.
believe in you, Big Money. Oh,
Well, while he's trying to talk to us, can you tell us what your hobbies are?
my hobbies. Well, to be honest, my hobbies are I like to go to the gym. I like working out as a hobby. And I know all wrestlers do. It's kind of like we're all like theater kids who work out. I like movies. I actually used to make little indie films. I've been like where I did like indie films. I worked around film for 12 years. And so now one of my hobbies is I don't act or direct or anything, but I like to edit videos. Sometimes you see people's promos. I'm not gonna say who, but I edit people's promos for them sometimes because it's fun. I like hanging out with my cats, and I love spending time with my girlfriend because she's really awesome and funny. And so I don't know what. Pretty much one of my hobbies is just getting snacks with my girlfriend. Like that's such a dope thing to do. Like, hey, you want to just chips? And since she's awesome, she's just like, you need to worry about your blood sugar, so we're eating healthier snacks. And I'm like, thank you. So
You're lucky
I
you're not married.
yeah, honestly, that's shoot. That might be next, man. She's trying to keep me alive longer. That's hard. Usually when you have like relationships, just like you get into like big arguments about like, hey, listen, I know you wore the socks last week when I washed it. I didn't wear these socks. Oh, yes, you did. I remember. Like, don't do that. We do supportive, and we use good language when like problem solving. Watch now. I said that she's just gonna like open the door and be like, "By the way, you're dumped."
I can
Like,
hear you. I can hear you.
You're dumped. How dare you say these things about me? I want you to eat bad food.
I don't
and
want
she
my
throws
name
the
out
socks at you at the same
on
time.
social media.
Take these socks, idiot. I'm like, that's fair. I deserve that.
Or is she pantsing for his title?
That's true. You know what?
Nah.
I'm now that you said that, I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I don't know. What is she up to? Brittany, if you're hearing this, what are you up to?
What are you doing in the other room?
Yeah. She
Just have your
plotting my
alarm
demise.
set for every like 5 seconds.
Yep. So yeah, I think I summarized my life pretty good right there. Snacks and wrestling, cats and editing, and doing it all with an awesome, beautiful woman. That's what I'm doing these days. And then working like 6
a pretty
jobs.
good life to me.
It's great life. I'm not gonna complain about it. Like, I'm extremely blessed. It could go away in any second. So I'm gonna enjoy it while I have it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So my question to you, sir, is what made you become a wrestler or even want to become a wrestler?
Oh boy.
You're welcome.
That's an easy one, actually.
Oh, damn.
Some people that's hard. I have loved wrestling for my life. I actually have my mom saved this because my mom is cool. Even though I'm in my 30s, my mom still like has keepsakes from my childhood because like she's that mom. She's that mom. I actually wrote a science report in the 7th grade. She still has it, where I explained the laws of physics using wrestling as examples.
Wow.
And she kept it because she thought it was funny that how much I liked wrestling. I used to be close to 450 pounds. I was dealing with a lot of depression, bad habits, chain smoking cigarettes, living a rock and roll lifestyle in Bourbon Missile Crisis. And then I started working out a lot to try to get healthy, and because I didn't want my depression to win, so I started working out. And what I would do is I would actually, to inspire myself, I would put on wrestling. I'd be like, all right, well, let's watch this Royal Rumble from 10 years ago. Let's watch this old clip from ECW. Let's watch Shark Boy and Curry Man go for the tag titles. And then I would just, while I was watching, I was like, you know what? Um, uh, John Morrison has really nice lats. I should work out my lats today. And just that was my inspiration. I would really be able to love to jump off the top rope outside, but I can't because how I am. I see them running up the ladder and Money in the Bank. Well, I can't run up a ladder, so why don't I practice running up and down these stairs for like 20 minutes? And that's how I got myself into shape. And one day I got myself into such good shape that I was like, why don't I just wrestle? And like I've always wanted to. And so I got a third job and saved up and bought the entire year's worth of training at once, which is not recommended. You should always, because some people quit after the first day.
Thank you. See?
And I did not. I was like, no, I'm good. You got a lot of my money. Like, and also, no, nothing was gonna make me quit. And all my day one wrestling friends all had the exact same experience. Wrestling kind of saved their life in one way or another. And so yeah, like the very first day in wrestling was January 6th, 2020. That's the day I met Chris Nasty and Jen Savani. And there was no looking back. I loved wrestling immediately. Like just the smell of the fucking ring is enough. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yep, I love
Amen.
this. I'm never leaving. And everyone who's ever been around a ring knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, and that's from referees to managers to promoters. Once you get near the ring, you don't want to leave because you're like, no, this is it. This is a whole life. I mean,
Yep.
and then I want everyone to hear this. It's important to have a real life outside of wrestling. Very important.
Oh, now somebody tells me.
Yeah, have life, have family, have friends, have pets. But
It's always going to be there.
yeah, wrestling's not going anywhere. It was the first. It was running was invented before wrestling, obviously, because we had to run and chase animals and stuff. But the first sport where we actually competed against each other, well, that was wrestling. Like racing came up after wrestling. I don't know if you guys know that. Wrestling's not going anywhere. It's the first sport.
Yep.
So throwing things was always just funny because I'm not a caveman, but I like just throwing things. Who doesn't?
Throwing people.
I clocked that answer at 45 minutes. Is anyone still awake?
Yeah.
I like this.
Guys
show.
have questions?
All right, Nathan. Any other wrestling encyclopedia knowledge you have for him? Tap your mic. Can't hear you.
Sorry.
There
Jen
you go.
versus lowest game.
Green.
Jin versus Lois Grain
Right. Yeah.
at the Lucha Pro Arena.
Yep.
Oh, you want to know about that match?
Yeah.
I love Lois Grain. She is an
Yep.
amazing person.
Butts and stuff.
Yeah, she's butt wrestling.
Yep.
Also, cool ass person. She was one of the people that like gave us she got people to talk to us. She talked good about us. When we first started breaking out, she invited us to her block party that she threw for Memorial Day last year. I actually wrestled Lois too that day. It was me and Jen versus Lois Grain and Johnny Robbie. That's like the weirdest match. Like those random.
Wow.
But that match was,
Wow.
yeah, they won. They beat us. It's okay. I forgive them. But Jen versus Lois, yeah. I got myself involved one too many times. I kept playing with fire. I kept tricking the ref. Me and Jin were up to dirty little tricks. I believe Jin would have won if I didn't fool around too much. I think I cost her the match. That's my belief. Jin should have won that match, and I apologized to her when it really got to the back, and she forgave me because I had alcohol, and so she's just like, all right.
Bovie drink?
Just like, here you go. And Jen's like, whatever. And but yeah, that match is a lot of fun. I personally love being in the Lucha Pro arena because the crowd there, whether it's 5 people or way too many people past the fire code, they're there on purpose. They're there for
But
wrestling.
parking is a pain in the ass.
Hey, listen, I wrestled there a lot. Don't bury my place, man. Like, everyone, don't listen to what Steve said. Buy tickets and come watch me wrestle anytime I'm at the Lucha Pro Arena. Like, brother, I'm doing business here. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I'm a heel. I'm supposed to be the dick.
I don't use it.
No,
the
Lucha
double
Pro's
turn right
arena is amazing. I like the arena.
Yeah, you know what's really nice? There are cats who live in the back of the arena. So if you get there before the Wild Wrestlers, you can pet cats. That's true.
Yep.
They're like the support animals for the locker room.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're so nice, and they just literally just chill there. Once too many people come, they get nervous and they leave. But yeah, when you first get there, there are cats. If you're allergic to cats, no, there aren't.
All right.
No, I know what you're talking about. Though.
I like to compare people sometimes on this podcast, and during that match, I finally got to. Not you, Dodge. I haven't still figured out who you remind me of yet.
You'll get there.
But you reminded me during that match of Eric Young, but Team Canada Eric Young.
Team Canada. That's the best compliment I've ever got.
Wow.
I got compared to Eric Young today. So I can go ahead and take my hat off. I like Eric Young.
Yep.
But
in what way? Please continue. I cut you off. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was because, even though, Lois was the face, right? And you guys were trying to do the heel stuff, the crowd wouldn't let you, which is the same thing that Eric Young did in Team Canada. Because everybody outside was still chanting Bovie, even though, you were doing everything you could to keep...
That's true. That's because, unfortunately, the crowd recognized me. And so they knew who I was. So when I literally told the guy, and I was like, there's so many ugly people here. And I turned to point at the guy, I was like, that's you, sir. And then he's like, Bobby! It's just like, damn it.
Oh, man.
Sometimes it just doesn't work, which that can actually get you fired. I don't know if you know this from some promotions. If they bring you in as a heel and people cheer for you, they'll fire you because you're not doing your damn job. Like, do your damn job. Stop getting yourself over. That happens.
So don't invite your friends to the shows.
they honestly, I didn't know the name of half the people there. It's like it's just sometimes it's the same territory. Like I guess like all the people were there that night. They just knew me and Jin. They just knew us, so they didn't want to boo us. They're just like, oh, we know these guys. Hey, we like you. I'm like, no, you don't. And that's
No.
Play along.
I was like, shut up. I don't like anything. And I said, I can't even do a good mean face. Are you guys scared there? Did I scare you guys?
I wanted to clock out right now on that.
All right. So before we move on to the closing, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to plug our next show. That's right. It's tomorrow night, and it's the CSW Round Table, featuring 4 brand new champions from the state of Colorado. 2 of them are first ever interviews for us, but 2 of them, including Mr. Type 1 Warrior, is a repeat guest on this show. And the other person, I was sworn to rename nameless, but sorry, Dodge, I can't. It's Miss Pandemonium. And
it's Dodge's favorite wrestler.
They will be joined by Carney, Jack Dillon, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And Dodge, have your apples ready.
Oh, they are. Trust me.
So it's good to eat healthy.
So, and at this point, I normally do another little infomercial. But would you like me to do that now, or would you like to pass on this interview, or do you want me to still do it?
Well, where can I find this Bovie guy, and where is his next match? Like, I love his hair too. I'm jealous of the hair.
You're getting there, Dodge. You're getting there.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Bovie _top tier. You can find me on Twitter at Steve Bovie. Don't find me on Facebook. That's crap. I don't use that. I use that for posting just whatever, just reposting other people's videos or whatever. I don't care. I use that for what people should use Twitter for. So if you find me, I'm not gonna accept your friend requests. I don't.
Block.
Yeah, it's gonna block you. My next show, I don't know, is this Friday, Dream Slam. It's going to be, oh my God, I'm excited for this one. An 8-man tag match. It's going to be myself, the Wrestle Buddies, which is Can't Stop Jamal and Alan Breeze, and we're all teaming up with the Tim. We'll be facing, and now this one's really going to get to Steve Dodd here. We'll be facing Chris Disney, Sean Black, Guy Cool, and I just found out who got added to the team, JBD.
Yeah.
What? I used to team with JBD. We were JBovD together. I'm speechless. And this is how I know that Big Money is out to get me. See, I was saving it to the end.
I know nothing.
Because I
know
know you know JBD. I know you do. You can't hide
Who's
that.
This guy?
You better
Who's
stop.
That
guy? You better stop. So yeah, that's where I'll be fighting this Friday, and then I'll fight all kinds of play. You can see it. I'll post really fun promos if you want, and go ahead and like them, and share them, and make sure everyone knows that I'm good looking and stuff like that.
But to be honest, doesn't Dodge know most of your opponents that night?
That's fair. Because it's from your home turf, it's from where you're from, so.
And it's Dream Slam. Doesn't that mean that Jimmy and Boom will be there too?
So it was a good interview.
So Mr. Bovie, sir, you might want to hide that title and not do a 24/7 challenge that night, because I don't.
Please bring it.
You know
I don't like your odds.
I
love his
my
odds.
odds. I want to tell you guys something that you might not have seen. The historian knows about it. You're this way when I point. That's quite wrong ways. Knows about this. I have faced Jimmy Mayhem before, and it was a triple threat: myself, Jimmy Mayhem, and Inferno. So as you can tell, I was the big man in that match.
Beyond. Jimmy
And-
doesn't compare.
Yeah, and just remember, Jimmy Mayhem was a strong man, but I hit Jimmy Mayhem with a deadlift German suplex. So I'm not scared of Jimmy Mayhem. He's lightweight to me. So if he wants to take my belt, he's more than welcome. You can tell him, I knew it. And let me just say here, that's not burying Jimmy. He's a very nice guy. He only had nice things to say, and he was very fun to wrestle. See, again, I don't bury people. You never do that.
I think that means you're scared of Jimmy. If you're being nice to Jimmy, that's what I'm
All right.
hearing.
What an incredibly clever ruse that you're trying to pull off. I'm sure I won't be able to see through it.
Never.
So, would you like me to plug your little thing, or do you want me to pass?
That sounded really wrong on a family app.
Hey, listen, stop it. Plug his thing. Plug his little thing right now.
All right. Well, then, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please help this man get his own wrestling facility. Yes, Bovie, this is probably the first time you've heard about this. Steve Big Money Dodge is actually trying to start his own online training school. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. His first online training school. Also, just now finishing drying the ink, it's going to be home to Inclusion Pro Wrestling, a brand new promotion here in Washington State. Coming soon.
Excellent. So what I just heard was, and I have heard of that. See, Tony, he did tell me about it. And I saw it on Instagram, and I gave it a like and a share. I did that because
and a comment.
That's true. I made sure to keep the algorithm moving, and I look forward to the invitation when everything opens its doors to have me there. I can't wait to.
I will.
Yeah, I can't wait to entertain Washington with my hijinks and my low jinks. You can steal that one. That's fine. No, don't steal it. I need it. I need money.
He does.
That's a shirt now. You don't say it. I say it.
Done.
So, that being said, no pun intended with all the things.
Mm-hmm.
The promotion that he's gonna be working with is a promotion that we're all doing. And I would by far love to have you come down and wrestle for us when we have our first show.
Well, he wouldn't be going down. He would be flying up because Washington's
up, down, left, right. I've never been good at geography. I'm an encyclopedia about wrestling, for God's sake.
The earth is not flat. It is round. You can go down and still arrive in Washington.
Okay.
I
graduated like years ago.
Technicality.
For you up there, I'm doing it. I'm going down to get there.
No, it would be an honor to have you in the show.
Thank you so much,
Bovie.
I love Washington. I'm gonna visit the first Pike's Place. I'm gonna go drink too much coffee.
That's right. Huh?
Wait, I have no idea where you guys could be. Puyallup. You guys could be Spokane. Where can we find you?
We're actually an hour and a half away from Spokane, going towards like Idaho area. We're in Pullman, Washington, kind of by WSU.
It's a small little college town, so
it's a college town.
Oh, small college towns? Those are always the best towns to have wrestling. That's gonna be fun. All right, I'm putting that. I'm not even there. It's not even exist yet. I'm putting it over. So
He's already booking the
I
flight
love this
to
guy already.
whenever I
because
let him
we're
know.
gonna have we're definitely gonna drink. That's a guarantee. There's going to be drinks. Well, all yes.
I'm down.
Sick.
Although to be fair, I'm in a wheelchair, so could I get in trouble drinking and driving if you're in a wheelchair?
Depends if
You know
you have
what?
it
I'm gonna
depends if-
push you, brother. Don't worry. You're not driving shit.
Oh
There you
God,
go.
man.
I was just gonna
Bovie
say that.
drunk.
Yeah.
Push it.
Yeah, I'll be. You can drink and push. It's allowed. I looked it up.
Can you get a DUI for that
Well,
though?
No. Yeah,
So,
you
Nathan,
get,
do you wanna-
get DUA, driving under awesome.
driving under off. Okay, would you like to do the last two sponsors real quick, Nathan?
Yes, but before I do that, big money. Has there been any word on Hansel? We haven't brought that up in the last.
Okay, Mike Martinez, the Golden Voice,
Yeah.
Triple M.
Of course.
Recently, his fiance, right? I believe.
Yes, let's be honest.
His child
Oh.
got abducted by the father.
Yeah, I heard
And-
about that. And the kid ended up in Mexico City, right?
Yes, and we have no progress whatsoever. I'm calling my attorneys and friends that are in Mexico City, and we're just needing Hansel back. I mean, she's been miserable, and any news or updates would be amazing. Hashtag bring Hansel home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
honestly, just keep them in the prayers, and
Yeah, Mike's been
know
strong.
we're here for them.
Mike's been strong about it. I've seen
Yeah.
Mike since this happened twice, and strength. That's why I would describe it. So if everyone can bring their strength, I know this it's not really in vogue, but I'll say it. Bring your prayers, and just and spread. I will. I shared the link. I'll share it again, and hopefully they get that kid home, because that's ridiculous.
It really is.
It really is.
Any person who would like now this turned into CNN, but yeah, anyone who would use a child like that for like leverage or whatever is nope. Sorry.
That's not.
And what really makes
I guess
me
they're
mad
asked for
is
Bovie, that's for sure.
like what makes me mad is they meet at a police station and it happens right in front of a police station. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, that's where there's a saying for that, and it's disgusting, and that's fortune favors the bold. Like, who would expect someone to be that stupid to try something like that in front of a police station?
Yep.
So everyone's guard was down. Like, if you do it in front of a supermarket, then you bring 15 of your friends to block every driveway of that supermarket so they can't drive off. In front of a police station, what's going to happen? And like, that's nobody's fault. That's not the cops' fault. That's not the mom's fault. Like, that's just one asshole who just tried something and got away with it. That's whose fault it was. And then in situations like this, everyone's upset and they start pointing the fingers. No, just that asshole. That's who's involved. Yeah. That's it.
Amen.
He did a legal bad thing and he needs to pay for it. That's it. Yeah. That's my hope. I don't know this guy from Adam. I've never met him. I don't know, but not good. Not good. And your guys' audience already knows what's going on, so it's not like we can continue to be vague and we're fine.
Yeah.
And the other two sponsors are the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And to get a hold of the lady that's in charge of that is Becky Bernhardt. And Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and lead removal needs. And you can find him on Angie.
All right. And with that, we'd like to thank you, Bovie, for joining us this evening.
Thank you,
Brad?
brother.
This was very fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Big Money
Of
Dodge, I
course.
guess you can bring any of your guests anytime because you keep bringing bigger and bigger talent each and every time.
Hello, what's
That's not
my
possible.
name? Big
That's
Money
not possible,
Dodge.
Tony, because I'm the biggest guest. There's no one.
But that is true.
Whoa, whoa,
Well,
whoa!
more-
Slow your
who the hell's
roll
gonna
there,
be more
buddy.
important than me?
Slow
They're
your
just
roll.
preposterous.
Oh my gosh! This
So-
guy.
You guys can get rid of Big Money now because that's it. That was the bottom of the well. Sorry, guys.
I lost the bell already. Great.
Shouldn't have said anything, Tony.
Well, you
Buried
know,
the lead. Now he knows he's gone. next week.
I think I like that better. From the Chair podcast with Bovie.
Yeah, perfect. I'll be back.
That- No,
Anyways,
Can't wait.
again,
after this podcast, Big Money's gonna look around and be like, "Where'd that go so wrong?"
Yeah, it's gonna say Big.
What did
Bovie.
I do? I helped a friend, and a friend just backstabbed me. What the
anyways,
hell?
It's
again,
wrestling, man. What are you talking about?
I thought we were friends.
We are. And you'll
All right.
forgive me when you backstab me later. That's how it works.
exactly. Anyways,
Well, I
again,
hope you win Friday.
Thanks.
Love the quotations, by the way.
okay.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Can we finish and go offline? So again, thank you for coming on.
Oh, I was
Or-
gonna ask you guys 30 more questions. Is that all right?
Look at the time. Gotta go.
For Nathan, for myself, for low paying mid-level money Dodge. Just kidding. For our big money sponsor, Big Money Dodge. We'll see you guys tomorrow night when Dodge may or may not throw apples at a harmless, loving panda bear.
Hopefully she could catch.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.